All right, everybody. Good afternoon slash evening. It is Sunday, May 27, 2018, 5:03 p.m. This is our update on subtropical storm Alberto, still with the potential of becoming a tropical storm before actually making landfall, which is now leaning towards more of a Florida landfall, according to the charts. Not only that, but the storm is strengthening. We've had another drop in pressure. We are beginning to see that central rotation now. Between here and here, it doesn't look like it's going to be able to have enough time to spin into a hurricane. So that is good news. But again, guys, we can't stress enough. Tropical storms, subtropical storms, those are basically your thunderstorms, which can produce all sorts of damaging things. Storm surge, wind damage, high amounts of rain, high amounts of wind, obviously associated with this. We're talking 60-plus mile-an-hour gusts with this thing, and that is backed up by a few things. We have some articles pulled up here. I'm not going to go through them too quickly because the information I'm going to show you after this article is basically the same stuff. Basically, this article confirms that the storm is strengthening. They have planes flying in and out of it. As far as backtracking a little bit in time, as the storm was progressing through this area here between Cancun and Cuba, and trying to figure out what's going to happen once we get to here. Now, some of the models still have it hooking into this area. We could be dealing with another part of Mississippi and Alabama. Some of the warnings, the tropical storm warnings, have been taken away from areas of Louisiana because this thing is expected to kind of do a straight-up move right into Florida. But the warnings that go inland into the Alabama and Mississippi areas, as far as the Panhandle, sorry guys, have been moved north a little bit. So they are issuing warnings deeper into the states as we see the storm approaching. So again, we are at about 63 miles an hour is what this converts to. In fact, I think I have it pulled up. Yeah, 63 mile per hour. It's going to look like on landfall. That could be a little higher, could be a little lower. Again, depends on the conditions. We saw the articles. We checked out our wind speed. Ventu Sky here. Okay, here's Monday the 28th at 5 a.m. So we could be looking at a semi-early morning landfall. According to Ventu Sky GFS version, we are going to have a landfall directly at the Panhandle of Florida like we were discussing before. That would be Panama. That would be all the way. This could move anywhere, guys. This could shift to the left. It could bring Louisiana back into it. And we got to remember, we have water moving in a counterclockwise motion. It's going to pull water into the Panhandle coast. And then some of those beaches may have a receding of water on the other end, but that will not distort the wind situation. We're dealing with winds that could be in excess of 60 miles an hour. We all know from the past that those are not anything to take lightly. Again, here are our updated spaghetti plots. This takes it right through the Panhandle. Same exact situation. Again, a lot of these models are coming together quickly, and again, I want to show you the screen because I want to stress the rotation. When you start seeing the rotation, you can almost see an eye wall beginning to form. Again, not enough time for it to possibly make it to land as a hurricane. I highly doubt, at least for this storm. But when you start seeing that, you can guarantee the winds around it are pretty strong. We have a bit of dry air being pulled into the east side of the storm and being sucked in. That is what happens when we see hurricanes actually lose power. So this is a semi-good news deal, but the amount of moisture involved with this is a lot. It's going to be a very rainy couple days, as well as the separate system that's up in this central east part of the country. That is going to saturate the northeast for the next couple days with another big system not too far behind it. So a lot of moisture, a lot of rain coming up, but key in on this storm because it's our first landfall. We're going to see how people handle it. Just another little Doppler radar version of it. You can clearly see that counterclockwise rotation, but this blank area here is what's helping us right now. That is dry air being pulled in, no moisture in this area, almost clear skies, but that is what weakens these storms and can sometimes called eye wall replacement cycles in other stronger hurricanes. So that's the updates for now, guys. You can see most of the lightning are involved with those storms in the central part of the northeast or the east part of the country. Just a lot of moisture going on. We're getting saturated here. So, and again, like I said, a little bit of difference in time as far as landfall goes. Sunday, 8 p.m., we have the storm about right here. According to Ventu Sky, like we had, that would probably be down in this area with a Monday landfall. This chart here shows the storm being basically at the border of the Panhandle of Florida around 8 a.m. Monday, so that's a little bit different too, with 60-mile-an-hour winds. And then once we get about 75 to 80 miles an hour inland, we could drop down to 40. Still, very strong gusts, enough to take down your power lines. But the storm surge, the beach erosion, that's going to be the issues. People living on these areas are probably going to want to either leave for a little bit or just be prepared for a decent amount of water to be pushed your way. So that is the latest for this storm right now, guys. It is getting stronger. As long as that pressure's dropping, you can guarantee the wind is going to be higher. So anytime you want to keep yourself up to date on the type of wind speed we're dealing with, you can go into Tropical Tidbits. There's a tab that's called Current Storms. We can see Subtropical Storm Alberto right here. You can convert this here, and we get 63 miles per hour. We are down to 994. We started the day at about 1,002. We broke a video when it dropped below 1,000. Excuse me, and now we are down to 994. So storm is getting stronger, guys. The spaghetti models are tightening up, and we are on our way to a landfall, more than likely in the Panhandle. Could be Mississippi, Alabama, but the chances of it hooking into Louisiana or Texas are getting lower and lower. So, sorry about my throat, guys. Didn't mean for that to happen. Anyway, that is our update for this afternoon. This evening, I should bring you something else later on this evening. We get to celebrate our holiday tomorrow. For those of you in the Panhandle of Florida, you get to celebrate by being on your toes, unfortunately. But I will be here to talk with you guys. If you need something to do, if you still have power, I'll be here. All right, guys, have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.